What's your emergency? And what's the address? In what direction are they going?
This vehicle theft just occurred 26 North 4th Street. Someone just drove off in the business's work van. Described as a grayish silver Mercedes Sprinter. No description of the suspect.
Hi, I'm MThomas. I am with What-Comm 911. I've been here for 21 years as a dispatcher, and for the last 10, I have served as the Whatcom County Public Education Coordinator for 911. In Whatcom County, anytime you need a police officer for a crime that is occurring, has just occurred, a vehicle accident that has occurred that's not in a parking lot, 911 is your first contact for them. The most important thing that you need when calling 911 is your location, the address where you're at, or the landmark where you're at that we can find in our system. People assume that we know where you are from your cell phone. That's not 100% accurate. And older versions don't give us that location. They may only give us the location of a tower, which may be 15 miles away. So it is important for you to know where you are and to be able to let us know what your location is. We're going to ask what's going on and the time delay, whether this is occurring now or occurred 5 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, or 5 days ago. And then with that, we're going to ask some additional questions, such as suspect vehicle description, a suspect description of the person or people who were involved. We're going to want to know if any weapons were seen or any threats were made, and what was done or said specifically, so that we can send the right resources. It depends. Some people want to speak to officers, some don't. Some are providing some information where they need to be anonymous for safety reasons. And there's a lot of times where people will actually want to speak to officers on the phone, but don't want them at their door, and that's okay. But a lot of times we'll ask, even if you don't want contact in person, if you are available for a phone call, in case the officers need additional information that we weren't able to get, or that we just didn't think to look for. We ask a lot of questions for your safety, for our officer safety, and to get a clear picture of what's going on, because we want to send the right resources. We don't want to overestimate what's needed and take away from another incident, or underestimate what's needed and put you or our officers at further risk. Answering questions does not slow down the actual dispatch of the call or the officer time in getting there. If it's an in-progress call, officers know, officers are en route. We're just giving them additional information as they're driving there. We don't dump it all on them at once. We're feeding pieces of information at a time as officers are driving, so that they can get there in a safe manner and have the information that they need and have time to process each little bit of it. If you have a choice between a landline and a cell phone, always go for the landline. We have your exact location there, and the call quality tends to be much, much clearer. With cell phones, it could take a weird bounce and hit a different agency and have to be transferred to us. Cell phones tend to drop off, or the battery goes dead. And with cell phones also, people tend to use their speakerphone, think it's going to be easier for us. It actually processes very, very poorly through the equipment that we have, so taking it off speaker is very important. Not all of Washington State is live with texting yet, but Whatcom County has been we've been able to text for the past few months. We do have some restrictions on texting. It is designed for the deaf and hard of hearing community that would not normally contact 911 because they don't want to work with interpreter service or rely on somebody else. They can now communicate with us directly without a middleman. And the second is for true in-progress emergencies where you're not able to speak freely. Another thing to know with texting, it is in English only. We do not have any interpreter services for texting yet. We cannot accept video links. We cannot accept photos. cannot accept emojis. Everything has to be in plain English. Don't hesitate to call. We can always put you on hold to grab another line and come back to you. We'd rather you call 911 and let us know it's not an emergency than not make the phone call. In the long run, it's better to be safe than sorry.